Welcome all to the first amazing digital circus figure review on the Gold Bear Show, so let's get into it. What is up, everybody? Gold Bear back here today with another figure review, and today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the amazing digital circus figures from Moose and Glitch. So yeah, here they are.
All been through this. You just need to get your head.
What the f is going on?
I only have 3 of them here, but a lot of you guys probably don't know this. I am sort of a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus, the YouTube's animated series by Glitch. Obviously, I'll put their YouTube down in the description. But these figures are created by the same company that made the Mr. Beast lab figures. Yeah, I don't remember them either. LOL. Anyway, so yeah, these are kind of like, I don't know, say premium figures kind of from, you know, the digital circus line, I guess they're doing. They got all sorts of different figures, mystery minis, and all sorts of just stuff with the Amazing Digital Circus that Moose is coming out with for them. These ones in particular are like the, I guess, the vinyl figures, which actually some of them have some, like, I guess, articulation. I think the only one that actually has articulation is Kane, but yeah. So we have Kane, Kaner, and Pomni that we're going to be taking a look at today. Something different for the Gold Bear Show.
I swear I saw
digital hallucinations!
I know a lot. We've been reviewing like Five Nights at Freddy's and Bendy and all that stuff, but I kind of wanted to just change the reviews, I guess, do something different. I know some people, or a lot of people, actually like my Poppy Playtime reviews, which we might get back into that at some point. I'm not quite sure. But as for today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at these guys. So, I guess, let's start off with Kane, since he is the arena master of the series. He's kind of the lead, you know. So, yeah. Honestly, I think Kane, really funny character, not gonna lie. Each package has this little sticker in the corner, kind of, or side, that says Premier Collection. So I'm not necessarily sure what Premier Collection means. I don't know if they're just like, if that's meaning like how the characters looked when they kind of like first got revealed. I'm assuming something like that. We got a warning label up here, which is kind of weird that that's up on the top corner of the front of the package. And then down here it says number 1 and then Kane. On the side here we get a picture of Kane, and it says with yapping jaw, so I'm assuming this jaw can come up and down. And then on the back we have what the characters you can get here: Pomni, Kane, Keener, and Gummy Goo, I believe is his name. I did see him at Target, but I did not pick him up. And again, I didn't say this before, these characters are at Target. I'm assuming worldwide, maybe. At least in the United States, they're at Target, and they will retail for about $12.99. And then here is what it says on the side of the box. So yeah, and then it also says that there is a collector card inside. So pretty cool. Let's get this guy open and see what he has to offer. Kind of this cool detail on the flaps of the box when you open this part up, the sun and the moon. And what's funny about the series is that the moon kind of has like a crush on Kane, I believe, which is kind of weird. Oh, I'll roll the clip here.
Hello, Kane. I love you.
Let's get out of here before the moon gets frisky.
So here is Kane out of the package. Before we look at him, let's take a look at the collector card here, which kind of has a reflection on it, which I think is pretty cool. But here he is. Here's what it says down here. You guys can read that there. And then Kane, number 1, so he's obviously number 1 in the series. And then on the back it just says the amazing digital circus, and then, you know, 2024, and same thing down there. So yeah, that's the card. Here's the figure. So unfortunately I do not have my rotating 360 base here because it's broken, does not want to work. So I'm gonna do the best I can here to kind of show you guys this character. So here he is. We're gonna flip him around here, all the way around here, so you guys can kind of see what he looks like from a full 360 standpoint. He has the nice top hat on top there, which is a very cool detail. And then he's got his wacky eyes just popping out here. Obviously great color as well. And then he's kind of in his iconic pose where he says, "I'm Kane and I will be your ringmaster today." I'll play that clip as well. And then, yeah, so there's not really a whole lot going on with these figures besides that they're just kind of like made to be props. You know, they're kind of like Funko Pops or just any kind of vinyl figure like U2's is kind of, that just, you know, put up on the shelf and they just sit there. You know, there's not really a whole lot of action to them. But the only thing that I find cool about Kane here, and like I said, I believe he's the only articulated figure in this lineup, is that the jaw here can actually open, so you can make him kind of talking in a way. It's on a joint, or it's on a thing back here, joint, so it just kind of goes like that. There's the inside of his mouth, and you could just make him talk, you know. So, yeah, there's Kane. Let's move on to Kaner. So Kaner is a funny looking character, and here is his card so you guys can see it. Here's what it says on the bottom there. You can look at that there, and then it's got that reflective again. And he is number 3 of the series. And then on the back again, just Amazing Digital Circus. So yeah, I like that they actually come with cards, which is kind of funny because that is something that I am currently doing with a figure line that's coming out, GB Blocks. Don't forget it, it is coming. We really are trying to work really hard on that, but yeah, anyways, back to the figure itself, Kaner. So he is like the king chess piece from a chess set. He's kind of the crazy one. He's the oldest in the digital circus. He's been there the longest.
Hi, baby, and hoo-ha together to go handle the Zubul situation.
Do you think pairing them up together is a good idea?
Of course I do. They're the 2 most mentally stable and capable characters to be paired together. Come on, ladies, let's go harass the clown.
I think the coolest thing about him is not only that, you know, he's got his, you know, king jacket on, kind of, you know, robe, but also it's like flocked. He's got like a flocked feeling to him. It says on the side of the box here that he's got a furry robe, but you know, the proper term for that would be flocked. He's got a flocked robe on. So yeah, and even the scarf here around the robe is flocked, and even on the bottom and down the middle here is flocked. He does have these hands here. Obviously his eyes are just looking everywhere here. They're just all out of place, kind of. But yeah, this is very funny character. They did really nail him though. I'm gonna say they really did a good job on the design. He looks like straight out of the digital circus, not gonna lie. But you know, not really a whole lot to say about him, although he is a very cool figure. And yeah, so I guess now let's move on to our last figure, Pomni. So here is Pomni's card, and like always, she just looks very confused and just zoned out.
What's my name?
Don't you worry your little head. Your new name can be anything. Hereby acknowledging that your chosen.
And here is what it says on the bottom here. It's also got that reflection, and on the back, same as always, the amazing digital circus. So yeah, every single character does come with a card, which I think is very cool. It's a very cool display piece. Pomni here is a very different character from the other two. She's actually got these eyes that are supposed to make it look like, I guess, like the little, what was it called on the box here? Let me see. Jittery eyes. So she's got jittery eyes, which I guess if you can kind of see, it kind of looks like they're moving around in there. That's why they have like this special, almost like magnifying glass eyes here, I guess, in a way. That's what I'm calling it. But all in all, the figure itself, I think, looks amazing. Looks just like Pomni and how she looks in the game or in the series. But here is the back of her, kind of a full 360 look here. But yeah, that is Pomni. You know, there's not really a whole lot to say about these characters. I mean, they're basically just vinyl figures to kind of just display up on your shelf. If you're a fan of the amazing digital circus, these are something that I would highly recommend you getting because, well, it's merchandise. And, you know, it's kind of a lot better than spending $70 on that Pomni action figure that Just Toys dropped not too long ago. But, you know, these are very cheap for what they are, $12.99. I mean, they're about the same price almost as a Funko Pop, if not less. But for what they are, very good figures in my opinion. I think they really are spot on to the actual models in the show. So I guess with that, guys, I'd have to say thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed the amazing digital circus and would like to see more reviews, let me know in the comments down below. I really do want to try to expand the content out a little more and not just do Five Nights at Freddy's or Bendy, you know, get on to some other different types of content. I think that would be interesting, and just to see, you know, different action figures and stuff like that, like Poppy Playtime and all the other horrors that are out there. This ain't really a horror game or a horror show, but you know, it's got a little bit of that. It's got a little bit of everything in it, really. So I'd recommend go watching the show. I think it's really funny. But yeah, anyways, like always, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. And I will see you all in the next video. And like always, guys, make sure to stay golden.